You're feeling awakened. Now what's next? Stay tuned and we'll talk about it. Welcome back to another video by Pan Society. I'm Cherie, and we had a member question come in about feeling awakened or an awakening happening, and then what to do next. And I love this question for numerous reasons, just because I love, for one, seeing people on a new path. I love new experiences. I love when people are getting aha moments. It really makes my heart swell, and I love seeing people grow. One of the great things now is if this is happening to you, everybody's experience is completely different, so there's no comparing, really. The best thing out there is holding space for someone. And the great thing about it happening now is there are more communities out there. We have access to each other easily with internet, phone, everything else, that there are support systems out there. And when you start talking to someone, you're not going to sound crazy, because most people have been there, and so it's easy to find someone to talk to. Now, somebody asked what their experience was with an awakening, and everybody's is completely different. I grew up in a household that we had animism. It's an Asian culture thing. We talk to everything. We observe everything. So it's not, it wasn't weird in our house for all of this. But so I grew up practicing. Dreams were really important. Animism was really important. Respect of spirits was really important. Ancestors are really important. So having grown up like this, it's I don't identify as much with the people that are just learning, but I will say I kind of had a reawakening, because when I got married, there's a whole podcast about this I did with Laura. It's on the Podbean. It'll be linked down below. But I talked about my reawakening because I did step away for a little bit, because I thought I had to when I really didn't have to. Something happened in my life, like a couple of things happened in my life, and I was disconnecting from all of that. I was disconnecting from my beliefs, my culture, my ancestors, and I started to suffer for it. And one day, some things had happened, and it all started coming back, and I was like, I feel better. We did something. It was like a little ritual or something, and I was like, man, I feel so much better today. And then I started doing more and more, and then I was like, this is what I needed. And I cried because my soul really, really needed that. It really needed that healing, and it really needed to be told that my lifestyle was okay. There was no reason I should have stopped any of that. I thought I was doing it for a reason, and it wasn't a really good reason at all. I could have had it my whole life and not gone through the torture that I did before coming back into spirituality, I guess you could say. It's all explained in that podcast. And if you ever have any questions, feel free to ask, and I will answer anything. But so after going through that reawakening, I felt so much better. My life got better. Everything, all my experiences changed. And I'm not saying it's a magic trick for everybody or whatever, but and everybody's awakening is different. I've heard of people that had tumultuous, torturous awakenings, and others that had this the sun or the clouds parted and the sun came through moments. And then others are just very gentle lessons, and they're gently rolling into animism and ancestor beliefs and stuff, and they're finding that it really works for them. So everybody's experience is completely different. So nobody's is weird, and if yours is troubling or truly hard, there is a support system out there. Feel free to reach out to someone and talk. There are people out there that will listen to you and will not say you sound crazy, because everybody's different, and we're all weird, and weird is great. But what to do after that is another thing that it's very much up to the individual. You can start off by figuring out what it is that you need. Do you need more nature? Do you need more animism? Do you need to talk to your ancestors more? It's not like a light switch where you have to just flip everything you've done and known overnight. Take your time, take stepping stones. You have a whole lifetime to do this and to honor everything in the right way that is right for you. That being said, sorry, it's allergies or whatever, pollen. But that being said, figure out little things. Like, start off with small rituals once a week. And when I say small rituals, I don't mean like build an altar, like candles and all of that, unless that's what you choose to do. But like the water alchemy, or setting your intentions, or talking to your animals, or taking care of your gardens. These are small little things every day that you can do, or setting up an ancestor altar and talking to your ancestors. And then eventually it becomes an easy ritual in your life, and you're just living the life spiritually instead of having to think about it, and it just comes naturally. So there's no like really wrong way to go about doing things. It's always your own path at your own time, and I think that's probably like the best way to ever put it. And if you ever feel awkward about it or have questions, once again, there's always a support system out there. So I hope that helps answer the question. Know that we're always here. You can always message us, call, there's a forum, there's a Facebook group, everything. Check it out, or just comment down below and let's get a conversation going. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Honestly, once again, I hope this helps clear that up, and if not, say something and we'll try again. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Don't forget to comment, share, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time in another pan video.